Hi everyone, it's Paola. So today I am going to be doing a DIY jacket tutorial, blazer tutorial. I really want to do like jackets and different like thrift store clothes and making them more unique and cooler. So I want to do like more of these types of videos. So today I got this blazer from the thrift. It was really cheap, as you can imagine, stuff from the thrift store usually is. And it's kind of like a cool oversized look. And then we're going to be making it a little more sporty by adding these details to it. And you don't have to know how to sew in order to do this DIY. So it's perfect for everyone and really easy. And you can make something that is like really basic or like a little older looking, more vintage, and then make it cool and for you. So what you will need is some sort of fabric. This comes at Joann Fabrics in like those roll things. It's sort of like they have like sequiny things. It's like different things for like belts. You know what I mean? Like they just have like that section that's near the ribbons. If you go near the ribbons, you'll find this section of different types of fabrics. So I found this one that I thought was like a little bit of like a sporty vibe that I thought would go well with pairing it against a vintage style blazer. You'll also need fabric scissors in order to cut the fabric, obviously. And the magic item you will need is HeatnBond. I got this at Joann Fabrics for about $3.99. You can find it online. You can find it in any craft store. It's basically tape that you iron on, and I will show you how it works in a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting these strips down the arms of the blazer and then down the sides of the blazer. So we'll see how this goes. So I'm going to measure from this collar, because I want it to start underneath the collar part of the blazer. And I'm just going to extend this along with the sleeve, just to see how it goes down, how it lays. And I like this. I feel like this is good. So I'm just gonna cut it where the end of the sleeve is. Easy peasy. So now we got a strip. So now that I know that this is even on one of the sleeves, I'm just going to cut an identical one the same length. So now you have two even ones. So joke's on me, I didn't have enough. If you really want it to go down the side panels as well, I would suggest getting a few more yards. But I am going to do half up the side, so I'm going to go up to the pocket. Just because we gotta work with what we got, you guys. I'm not perfect, clearly. So now that you have your iron set to medium with no steam, you are going to bond with the HeatnBond onto the actual strip first. So you're going to roll it out on top of your fabric with the paper facing up and then cut it off at the length. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your iron and you're going to press along the paper for about 2 seconds until all of it is bonded on one side, and then we're going to attach it to the fabric. So as you can see, it's now bonded to the fabric. So your next step is going to be to peel the paper off here, and then we will attach it to the blazer. So since the seams are a bit uneven on this, I'm going to follow it from the shoulder underneath this little collar part and then follow it down so it goes in front of these buttons here. So what you're going to do is just line it up with the line that you want to follow. I'm going to make it not perfectly straight, just so it sort of rolls with the fabric, rolls with your arm, you know, so it looks good. So now, since this is a thicker fabric, we're going to iron it for about 8 seconds on each part so it fully bonds. If it were a lighter fabric, you would do about 6 seconds, but just until it's completely stuck. so as you can see, it's already bonding, but I did have to turn up the heat a little bit on my iron just because it's a really thick fabric. So if you have a thicker fabric, it's definitely better to crank up the heat a little bit. So now it's time to do the other sleeve, and we're just gonna make sure that we lined it up basically the same. What I did is I followed this shoulder seam that's in the structured shoulder, and then I went down in front of the button. So I made sure that I'm matching it to the other side. So now that the arms are done, I've actually decided that I think the strips would look better on the pockets in the front. So I'm just gonna do the arm ones that I've done and then have two on these little pockets in the front. So after a lot of ironing, it is done, and it was definitely much easier than sewing. Okay, so that was my blazer jacket tutorial. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, give it a like. Comment down below if you want to see another type of clothing DIY or jacket DIY specifically. But yeah, let me know what types of clothing things you would like to do. And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe please. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!